The Final Reckoning.
So I rewatched Dead Reckoning a couple days prior to watching Final Reckoning, and man, it still holds up. Like I was afraid like some of the twists wouldn't hit, and honestly, like obviously you have a lot of tension second time when you know everything that's going to happen, but it's
Sure.
still just such a nice, fast paced movie, throwing all these different set pieces and action and like sleight of hand tricks at you. Like it still feels like a really good spy slash heist type movie, and I was ready
Mhm.
going in for the Final Reckoning.
I myself thoroughly enjoyed Final Reckoning. I would not say that it is the best Mission Impossible movie, and we'll get more into that later because, again, in our Discord chats, we've had a couple of messages back and forth about this. But, and I'll get into the specifics of various aspects later. Overall, I thought the movie was good, but it just does not do things the way that I would want a final movie to do.
I don't think it's considered a final movie. I think they said they're open to returning.
No,
The
Tom
last,
Cruise on
yeah,
the
the last
stage or
thing
like
I
on the red carpet
heard
said they don't call
is
it
that it's the
Final
last
Reckoning for
one.
no reason.
Exactly. I think
Tom
it's
Um,
Cruise did
I,
say he's
plausible.
willing to make movies into his like 90s and hundreds, but I think they are still sticking to the narrative that this is the final story of Ethan Hunt and the end of the
That's
franchise.
my understanding as well. I think it's
Yeah.
plausible that he does return if they like do spin-offs of Mission Impossible, that he returns in the way that like Harrison Ford did for like Blade Runner 2049 that had Ryan Gosling in it. But that's not a Ethan Hunt story. That's like some new agent is trying to save the world, and Ethan Hunt, the character we've all loved for 30 years, comes back to help him one more time.
fair enough. Simon Pegg is taking over. I'm guessing because that I feel like Benji, right?
I
He
don't
made.
believe
I
that's
don't
the
think that
case because I have not heard
if
anything of that, and I'm not confident that that's even a good decision.
if
No, no, I'm
anything,
not.
I thought they were setting up Haley Atwell to take over, but then the second movie just kind of ignored.
I think. Oh yeah, it did. No, I'm saying because in the Final Reckoning, he made it. At first, it was weird, but he kept telling. He told Benji like
It's
three or
your
four
team
times,
now.
"This is your team now. This is your team. Take care of your team." It's like, what you mean? But at
Yeah,
first, I thought it
I don't
was they
see
were
him
gonna kill him off.
going that direction.
I mean, he could be the leader of the team, but doesn't mean he does all that crazy shit like Ethan did. He could
Yeah,
delegate. He could delegate to. Oh, he can't delegate to Luther no more. He did, but
nah. I think they're letting all these characters rest.
maybe I accept the new one: Sterling, Grace, and was it one? No, what was the other one? There was another one. The
Woman?
the
Yep.
Asian assassin.
Oh,
Yeah,
Paris?
Oh, Paris,
yeah, Paris. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mantis.
basically, yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so movie starts. We get like a time skip, which I thought was interesting because it like at first I thought it was going to take place like immediately after, and I'm not sure if this is reshoots or this was always the plan, but it shows how the world kind of goes to shit after the events of the first movie and how the entity starts becoming more of a thing and invading things.
I thought
And it
this made
painted a
sense
pretty
because
bleak
given
picture.
everything they learned, they would kind of need time to like regroup and figure out what to do. Obviously, we
Mhm.
heard that Luther was developing his tech that can help solve the whole entity issue, but
Mhm.
you can't do that right away. You need a little bit of time there, which a couple of
Yeah,
months
the way it was
seems
set up though.
plausible.
Actually, wait, you're right. It was only 2 months. That's crazy. It felt like more the way the movie framed it.
I think it would have been better if they just said like, yeah, it's been 6 months, 9 months, something like that.
Mhm.
2 months does seem a little
Mhm.
short, but there definitely had to be some kind of time skip, in my opinion.
I feel like
Mhm.
6 months would have been too long because of this entity, this AI. Like they made it seem was all powerful. Within 6 months, everybody would have been dead.
I
Yeah,
saw
that
someone
When
say
that's
they
also a
should have
good
saved
point. I
this.
guess it depends on like what you think the entity is doing, because like from my perspective, like I don't know that 2 months is like long enough to take control over the populace the way that it did. But you're also correct to the extent that like if it had 6 to 9 months, it probably would have been able to take over the nuclear sites faster than it did in the movie. Because in the movie, it actually is exactly 2 months and like 3 days or whatever.
Mhm. I saw someone say they should have saved the Sevastopol submarine scene from the first movie to the start of the second movie, which kind of makes sense because it was honestly mostly relevant for the first movie because we knew what he did while the entire time none of the characters did.
Uh, I don't know that it made much difference, to be honest.
Because it makes
like,
the first movie feel like less of something that stands on its own, and that's my biggest issue with the second movie. It makes the first movie feel less good because it's building up towards that.
I don't even know that I agree with you, because I still feel like it's good on its own merits. Still really good action scenes. I would actually even put like those action scenes as like above this movie's action scenes, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the bike on the mountain, the train fight,
Yeah, that's true.
the airport running around and stuff.
Yeah, I think it would have been cool if they somehow were able to honestly combine these two movies into one. Because I think there was a little bit too much exposition in both of them, but more in the second one.
I think you needed it though.
And don't forget these were filmed.
They were filmed back to back, yeah.
Yeah, during COVID.
Yeah, there was also like something of a break too, because there were some like production issues with like a bridge collapsing or something.
Oh yeah, and the strike as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Tom Cruise was losing his shit over his cast not wearing a fucking mask because he was trying to make sure.
That was this movie.
I don't think it was cast. I think it was like executives actually.
No, it was the cameraman. It was they didn't want to wear a mask. He's like, wait, and wear your fucking mask. Like I totally get where he was coming from because he's trying to make the movie. He's trying to bring back. If we know one thing about Tom Cruise is he loves making movies and he loves like making these big ass blockbusters. So if his fucking crew is being stupid and affecting the ability to make said movies, he would probably.
He's about to
kick
stick
your
his
ass.
Scientology cult on them.
Yeah, sorry, you're right. Also, it was staff members.
Yep. Dude, it cost 300 million to make. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm like that. 300 to 400 is what it says on Wikipedia, which I'm like, holy shit, this movie is not making its money back.
It's gonna make its money back.
I think it'll be like a break even if it's lucky, because that's a lot of money. Because this one definitely, like we were talking about budgets for marketing. I'm not 100% convinced that Thunderbolts had a huge one, but I know that this movie 100% did.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because, like, despite might not think it's the best, it's still a good movie. I think people should watch it.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we get into the post-apocalyptic type vibes with the AI controlling everything, no one knowing. And then we get to just like where the IMF team is right now, down on their luck, just kind of trying to survive. Luther designing that magic MacGuffin, and then also looking like he's not in the best state right now. I'm not sure. Did he get injured last movie, or is that like that hospital bed thing new?
I believe he was injured.
I don't know, because I actually didn't watch Dead Reckoning right before watching this one, but I can't think of anything he did to actually be injured.
Okay, no, he said he's diagnosed with an unspecified illness.
Oh, okay.
But off screen, right?
Off screen, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, because it's kind of like the Dark Knight and like Batman Dark Knight Rises, right? Like he broke his leg in between the movies, but we don't actually know, so it does come off as a little bit weird. I think, like, honestly, the actor did want to retire, so they figured, okay, you may as well kill him off, right? I get that, but I think it probably could have been set up a little bit better.
Yeah, I didn't really like the idea of his death scene all that much. It's like, I get it built stakes and like put like a sense of finality to it, but it felt like he died just because it was a plot device more than anything.
I agree with you. It definitely felt like, bro, like the whole thing would have been avoided if Ethan just took the device with him rather than leaving it on his neck in the bed.
Well, I don't think Ethan. I don't think Ethan thought something was going to happen to him.
I agree with you. He didn't. But like that's the plot convenience. Like, oh, like you didn't think it would happen, but then it did happen. Like, I don't know. I felt like it could have been easily avoided.
I think the entire like first hour slash first act was a little bit slow. It did a good job at setting the scene. Like that's why I kept thinking about Endgame because I'm thinking about how like Infinity War and Dead Reckoning were like fast paced like crazy movies with a crazy cliffhanger, and then this movie starts off like a little bit of time has passed, and then it shows like a little. It starts with a little bit of slow pace, more drama, showing how much the world is wrecked, and then showing them getting the pieces back together and moving in on their plan. One thing I also kind of think is a little bit stupid is how once the Ethan Hunt got access to that coffin that lets him talk to the entity, that he literally just comes up with the plan for the rest of the movie by just, and it's like, okay, we're gonna follow the entity's exact plan, except just betray it at the very end. So it's it's a little bit contrived, I'd say. There was way less cleverness in this movie than anything in the past, I'd say.
Yeah, this definitely plays a lot more by the numbers. It didn't feel as spontaneous, which is ironic because he was talking about how spontaneity and unpredictableness would actually be the keys to victory here.
In the last movie, it definitely did play that vibe very well. It felt like the entity and them were playing a game of cat and mouse, and they'd have to like outthink each other and outplay each other. Even though the entity still like always has an upper hand, it still felt a bit more even. Whereas in this one, they were basically just following its script the entire way, and the entity just made a 50-50 gamble: do they win or do they betray me?
And silence.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the next part of the movie, and all I'm thinking is just the submarine scene now.
So let me see. Let me pull this up because I'm trying to go in order. Right? Oh, we learned what the So there was a lot of callbacks to the original movies, right? With the rabbit's foot actually
Yes, the
being
third one.
yeah, it actually being the entity's original code.
Source code, yeah.
I had
I thought
completely
that
forgotten most of that movie. I just remembered that it happened. I was like, okay, that's actually pretty awesome. Because the flashback scenes in the first movie were just completely new and made up, I'm pretty sure. So I wasn't sure if that was
They
the
were,
case here.
yeah.
Like, no way. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's another thing is they never really got into detail about Ethan and Gabriel's history and who the woman was. I was kind of looking forward to that.
I thought they were going to do that this movie.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting it. You'd think that would be the right thing to do, but they didn't really. And which probably goes to like a general criticism I have with the movie about it doesn't really feel like an ending, like a send off. It just feels like it's just
It feels
another
like they wanted
movie.
to take a bunch of Tom Cruise montages and put them together and be like, all right, bro, look at how awesome Tom Cruise
No,
is.
not
Look
even
at how
that. It's
awesome
like they want. It's like they want to have their cake and eat it too. It's like they want to set up this movie to be like Ethan's Goodbye, but keep the door open just in case Tom Cruise decides he wants to make like a ninth movie.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like they were
Like, I
unless
feel
they
like the
killed him off,
movie.
they were going to do that regardless.
I mean, no, I think they should still like if they want to bring him back, do what I said earlier, bring him back in like a mentor capacity of some sort, of just like show up for like a cameo scene to help the new protagonist. But like, I feel like this movie ended pretty similarly to like Ghost Protocol, where they're just like
Any
in the
other?
city.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Ghost Protocol in particular, where it's like they're in
Mhm.
the city and they're just like walking around and just they just leave and literally nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's not even like a happy like it's happy, but it's not like it doesn't really feel like
Mhm.
finality.
Yeah.
it feels like John Wick 4, where it's the ending,
I haven't seen that.
but not the ending.
I guess only time will tell, but I definitely feel like they could have like done that a little bit better. And I want to know your guys' opinions on this because for me, we and Aaron was talking about the length a lot. I feel like there was a lot of like fake outs and like just unnecessary add-ons in this movie to the various danger scenes and stunts or whatever that just kind of dragged the movie. And I'll talk about specifically the scene in the submarine where part of the plot is like, yeah, you have enough air for about 10 minutes in the sub to get your thing and get out. And he spends probably at least 10 minutes. That's exactly what they said though. But he spends about 10 minutes of screen time in the sub, which in in universe time has got to be at least 30 minutes, if not more. And among the things that happen is like he has to wade the water unbolt the thing, get his thing, get out. His way out gets canceled. He tries to go through a torpedo tube. The thing is blocked. He goes back the other way, unblocks the thing, tries to get out through the hole, but it's like too small for him, so he has to cut his suit apart, push his shit through, and then it gets flooded and he barely gets out, and then he gets snagged on the way out, but then he gets free. He gets snagged on some other random ass thing, but then he gets free of that, and then he has to like swim to the top 500 feet up, I think it was, or 500 meters, regardless. And it just feels like you could have avoided quite a few of those things, saved a good amount of time, and spent that time, like, really developing your. I don't want to say developing your characters because that's very generic, but like, giving them like a little bit more character, like stuff to do, stuff to talk about, being a little bit more emotional for a final movie. Do you guys get where I'm coming from, or did you
I
feel
completely
differently?
agree.
Or
That's like
yeah,
once that submarine scene hit was basically when my thoughts about this film started solidifying because I started thinking like it's a really cool set piece and a cool idea to kind of do this scene in real time because halfway through you're like, okay, wait, this entire scene is actually just how much time he had when doing all of it.
mhm.
But on the other hand, it is a lot of silence and it is a little bit excessive and does just drag. It makes the runtime feel like 3 hours, which I don't think was true for the first movie just because how many different set pieces they were always moving between. But yeah, this one does take its time, lingers a lot, and that scene in particular, it's cool, but I think it's just a little bit too long and definitely more
Yeah,
of a
that's the
cookie cutter.
biggest one I would like talk about, but I do agree with you. And honestly, I feel like the set pieces were more interesting in the last movie,
Yeah.
just like the what was it, like the Abu Dhabi airport, the various
Mhm.
streets in
The
Europe,
chase scene.
the train, yeah, that too.
The train. Oh.
The mountain biking or whatever it was. Yeah, like I thought they were just more interesting. Like this one felt a lot more bland for the most part. Like just the underwater, the cave,
Mhm.
the air, which is like, it's cool enough to see, but it's like, bro, it's a biplane. I mean, that's not really
Mhm.
that epic.
Interesting. No, I do
Buddy, what do you think?
get where I get where you're coming from. I don't agree with Air though that it felt like it was 30 hours. Um,
No, I felt like it was
you're
4 hours.
right. Shut the fuck up. I do agree that some of these set pieces could have been shortened, but for me, I was like so invested in what the fuck was going on screen that like it didn't feel like it was taking forever. It felt like, oh, okay. But yeah, looking back at it, you're right. They could have shortened some of the set pieces or changed some things up about them to make them shorter. But like I said, I was just enjoying the ride, right? So I didn't
Yeah,
have an issue with them.
Other
I
little
still
things, they
enjoyed it. I
showed the
don't. I would
nuclear
never.
missiles. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't say that I didn't enjoy it at all. I certainly did enjoy
yeah,
it, and I thought like the submarine scene was cool, but it felt like you're spending a lot of time here that you could be better utilizing elsewhere.
yeah, like
Yeah,
the
but
movie definitely, when it had action, it hit. It was good. My problem
Yeah.
was just that I wanted it to be more like Dead Reckoning type of pacing, feel, and vibes. Because like in terms of even like how most of the movie went, it was a lot more somber, serious, dramatic, and like tense than any other of the Mission Impossible movies, which I feel like had a lot more like lightheartedness and like
I
just
don't mind
more
that because I feel like
predictability.
that fit, but I just feel like, some of the set pieces and action scenes were, well, like they were entertaining. Like it just didn't feel like the best use. Like how many fake outs you're gonna have in like
Mhm.
one generic area. It's like you could use
Also, bro, him
that time
taking
for
off his
somewhere else.
entire dive suit was like that just broke my immersion
Yeah,
and suspension
I didn't
disbelief.
want to say that because people be like, oh, so you can't accept you can accept like digital entity, blah blah blah. You can't accept he's
Yes,
swimming. I'm like,
yes.
what? I'm not sure I can accept that, to be completely honest. But even if I could, I feel like there's still ways you could write yourself around it that so that you don't give your character fucking hypothermia when he's 500 feet below water. Come on.
I look. I don't know if how correct I am. I guarantee you, this crazy motherfucker probably actually did that.
I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah, but he
if he
wasn't
did it
that deep. He
part
was
of
probably
it.
like in like
Well, I believe they said this the basketball was 500 feet underwater, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that it was filmed 500 feet under.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe not 500 feet, but like 100 feet or so. This crazy ass motherfucker, literally, there's like actual behind the scenes footage where he's climbing that fucking plane and hanging
Yeah,
off
I
of
saw that.
it.
Yes, I don't disagree with you. I think he definitely was underwater. I'm not disputing that part. I think Aaron's just saying like the way it was filmed kind of stretches your suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I guess, but like,
It's Arctic water, bro.
it's Tom fucking Cruise, dude. Like, it's a horrible argument I get with me saying Tom Cruise, but like we've seen time and time again, especially in these Mission Impossible movies, where he goes batshit insane to do these crazy ass stunts just for the fucking movie. Like that one time where he broke his ribs and his ankle jumping off one building to another.
It is
Or
funny
when
though.
he,
Every Mission Impossible movie is like, all right, this has to go exactly right for it to work, and something goes wrong, and they still get it right. But so much of this movie was actually just trust me, bro, we got this. And like it happened multiple times throughout the movie, and it was cool the first time or two, but like every single time being like, we got this, it'll happen. Trust me, we'll make it through.
it's blind faith, my guy. It's something the entity will never know. Blind faith.
The entity
But you're
literally
right.
did know it because it already knew how everyone was going to get it. They did.
No, because he didn't think the president was gonna let him go, and she did.
Yeah, but then how else did he like? How else did the entity think he was gonna get everything and the ability to free it? You know?
Because he didn't think the entity didn't think Tom Cruise's character Ethan would turn himself in.
Yeah, but I no matter what, at the end of the day, he wanted Tom Cruise to take the entity to that secret area or like to that hidden like lockdown area so it could survive, and that was gonna happen regardless, or like that was gonna happen only if Tom Cruise did everything he did.
No, because Tom Cruise could have very easily. Yeah, Ethan could have very easily fucking said, "Fuck it, let's go to Africa." Boom, there you go. Because the entity told him, "You need to go to Africa's doomsday bunker and let me in. You're gonna let me in." He could have just gone there and done that, but Ethan literally was like, "Nah, let me turn myself in. Nah, let me talk to the president." And you're right. He told the president, "Yo,
as I understand it,
what's
so
up?"
like, Spidey, as I understand it, he needed to like he had to let the entity in there anyway to capture it, but he couldn't capture it without like deactivating it, and he needed the Sevastopol thing to do that. And to get to that, he needed the president to give him the authorization to have like the American aircraft carriers help him.
Yeah, but that wasn't a guarantee, is what I'm saying.
I agree, but like I think that's what he was gambling on.
Yeah, I did find it funny though that he tells the president, "Yo, trust me, dog. Trust me one more time." It's like, dude, that's the president.
The person on the submarine that, and then he tells the person on the ship that, and then he tells.
Well, no. Well, he told the person on the submarine what was happening, and that's when he gave her the letter, and that's when she gave the exposition of, well, they didn't trust us or believe in us or help us in that day.
Oh, dude.
Or whatever the fucking notes, right? It was a day. It was like May 1996, and like, oh, we lost our loved ones because they didn't bring support because they didn't want to risk it. So it wasn't him telling her, "Trust me." It's like, look, motherfucker, this is from the president, who you got a connection to. And then who else did he say it to?
The guy like on the
submarine.
submarine.
Well, he delivered. He also delivered a note to that one like admiral.
Yeah, that was funny because the fact that he trusted him right away was kind of like, dude, really, you're gonna just take the dog tag and be like, all right, I believe you.
And the fact that he told all of his friends to be like, all right, go to this one area and I'm going to be there exactly at that time so you guys can save me.
But that would just go with the history that they have with each other, especially him and Benji, right? That's not
like one isolated moment, that's fine, but he did that like way too many times throughout the movie, I think.
Fair.
Like, the entire movie was built on, okay, we got this, trust.
Yeah, fair enough. I see where you're coming from. I don't necessarily agree. I
And all
agree
this
that he
faith
said,
came from the fact that he saw it happen in the simulation, which is what I'm annoyed about.
"Oh, that's right. He was in the box and he saw what." But then again,
And
it
he
could have. He
literally saw
could.
everything.
Yeah, but remember, they also said that the entity manipulates reality.
Yeah.
So he could have been like, "Ah, bitch, you think that's gonna happen?" He was Doctor Strange with that one dude, with that one reality. And can we talk about how once I so there's a throwback to a lot of the movies, right? And then a throwback to the guy who's in the Sosa listening headquarters or whatever. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the fucking guy who."
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I did not expect the throwback
I
that
was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "No, don't worry about it, man. I owe you my life because you have my wife." I was like, "Oh shit, that's cool."
yeah, when he was like, "Oh yeah, it was supposed to be impenetrable, except it was penetrated." I was like, that did like flew by my head the first time, and then they met, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're the reason I got sent here." Oh shit!
I was like, "Oh, he's gonna fuck him up." But then he says, "Thank you," and I was like, "Oh, wholesome moment." But I like how I basically thought we had fucking fodder, so Ethan doesn't die. I was like, "Oh, good, we have two new characters that'll probably die, so Ethan doesn't." And then when we get to the scene with Gabriel in the cave, and then the Americans who try to like, I don't know what I didn't get their angle if I'm being honest.
The Americans just wanted access
No,
to
no,
the
no.
entity so that
Oh no, no. Okay, yeah, you're talking about the two white guys, right? The two old white guys.
yeah, Kittredge.
Yeah, see, because I don't
And
understand
the
them
guy
because
who
at the
was
end,
actually the son of the original villain.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
also
they just
interesting.
they just want the power for the U.S. because, like, I mean, why not, right?
well, no, because the guy of the original son of the original villain, he shakes his hand at the end of the movie, and the other one looks pissed.
Well, because Kittredge wanted the US to have the control of the entity. The other guy, Phelps or whatever, he did not really care about having the power. He just wanted like to get back at Ethan for what happened to his dad.
No, I don't think that was the point at all. He specifically just wanted to get back at Ethan because he keeps seeing this guy like constantly breaking rules. He said everything Ethan did, he would have been fine with if he was following orders.
I feel like
yeah,
he
that's
wanted.
true.
Literally
I
his
feel like there
only-
was some
right.
revenge aspect though.
I feel like the
But-
entire point of his character was that he's not actually hung up on revenge.
But like, he was definitely mad though, because like his dad died, and like Ethan's the one who was responsible for that. So that was my
But
interpretation of what was going on.
He like specifically says that guy died when I was 7. I don't care about him.
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
It's
I call
mine, I'm
bullshit.
taking it back.
I
I
don't
call
think that's.
bullshit.
I don't remember that
I think
line.
there is like some level it's gonna be under there, but I think it's just straight up that he's just actually a stick in the mud and just wants to follow orders.
So why would he shake his fucking hand at the end when he didn't follow orders throughout the whole fucking movie?
Because at the end, he does kind of recognize that Ethan did kind of save the world, and even if he didn't follow the orders, he still saved the country. You know, he's like, all right, well,
that
I no
that
longer
part
have
is
orders
true.
to go after you, so I don't have any grudge against you because
That
now
part's
my orders
acknowledging
are
that
complete.
Ethan was doing what was necessary, and that's why the world is safe. And then
Yeah.
he kind of realized, like, well, it was unfortunately necessary in that first movie to expose the guy's dad as like a traitor or whatever. And
he even
maybe he
helped
didn't
out in the
necessarily
last
know
movie
that
when they were-
initially.
Even on the last movie when he helped out on the train because it was like not going to stop, he like said, okay, well, this is more important than the mission right now because we're all going to die.
Ethan Hunt, the rule breaker. Horrible. Ban him from the server.
I do think it would have been crazy if the way Ethan went out was getting like shot in cold blood at the end of the movie. You've outlived your usefulness. Gets popped.
Dude, can we talk about the fucking scene? So Ethan explains the plan to the whole team. No, not even Ethan. Benji explains the plan like, hey, you're gonna let the entity in within a blink of an eye. You need to fucking snatch it. If not, we're all fucked.
Mhm.
And then the fucking scene happens, and I'm like, holy shit! I just blinked and I missed this shit.
You actually blink? That's crazy.
Well, it
Yeah,
was
actually, they
fast. I
blink.
definitely think they just like did the production speed up of that scene, but I don't know. I thought that was
I
pretty
saw that
cool.
scene in like slow motion, like not slow motion. I just saw that speed in like regular
Okay,
speed.
bitch.
Like,
Okay, yeah,
really
sure. You
accurate.
saw it in slow motion. Shut the fuck
Right.
up.
Maybe
Hey.
I'm just too much of a gamer.
Guys, calm down.
I'm a gamer. Yeah, you're gay.
A hard G gamer.
Oh my god.
That shit was pretty sick though. And I liked how the entire scene was just silence. Like it happened, silence, and then boom, and you're like, holy shit.
Honestly, though, the plane scene did deliver. Like the entire last like 4 minutes to an hour of the movie was banger. If both of these movies was just the first movie plus the final hour, I would have been completely happy.
That would have been like a 4-hour movie, dog. You're crying about it
Yeah,
right
dude.
now.
But it wouldn't have felt like a 4-hour movie.
You disgust me. Disgust me.
But now
Can't believe you.
the plane I thought like definitely did elevate the action a bit more. It did. I do agree with Tom Cruise. It probably is his biggest stunt yet. I want to know how much of that was real. I imagine most of it.
No. It was. I think all of it was real because on YouTube, I think they removed it, but somebody filmed the behind the scenes that they posted. I think it was at VidCon, and he's showing that he's actually on the fucking plane, and they needed to wait like a few weeks or months to get the insurance companies to approve of the stunt. This fucking guy, I love him as an actor, and like, but he's gonna die doing one of these stunts, dude.
I'm
He's
surprised
like,
it didn't happen during this movie, honestly.
and I think that's why I didn't mind the elongated set pieces that you guys are talking about, because
Even
throughout
the
the whole
big scene did
fucking
feel a little bit elongated, but like at least that was just like keeping me a bit more in awe. Like he climbed the plane twice. I'm like, all right, he did the same move twice. I'm like, okay, but
yeah, no, but like for me, the whole thing is like I believed, like there's some action movies you see and you're like, this motherfucker didn't do that. Like I ain't stressing. I was watching these set pieces and I was stressing the fuck out. I was like, holy shit, fucking my arms were sweaty and shit, and it's like this motherfucker might actually die. But like, I don't know, man. Fucking Tom Cruise, crazy motherfucker.
Yep. Also, I didn't realize that most parachutes do have like a secondary safety. Like, where the fuck did he get the second parachute from?
Oh,
Yeah, I believe that is pretty common.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was a thing. They could have shown it.
You were about to say, "Oh, look at this! Oh, -2 points for fucking not being real." I
Yeah,
see you
literally, I was
there.
like, where the fuck? I mean, honestly though, like even on the when he was on the plane and he like just was like, oh, there's a parachute behind me, and then he puts it on. I'm like, okay, I guess.
Yeah, I see.
Up on the plane.
I don't fly those type of planes, so I'm gonna trust that he
Yeah,
put what was real.
yeah.
I still can't. I don't know, man. I can't believe you think it was 4 hours long. That shit still throws me off.
And then at the end, when he was falling, I was like, man, are they actually gonna kill him off? And then when he landed, I was like, wait, is he like in the afterlife right now?
He's,
Is this
oh,
just like
honestly,
what things is happening right now?
yeah. The only thing I did not like was the ending. Right. So he sees his team.
I thought that was a
Well,
really cool callback to like the older movies. I feel like I know it happened in Ghost Protocol. I wasn't sure which one, but I feel like it happened in like at least one or two others too, like the original. Like
no.
it's cool.
That wasn't my issue. My issue was they give him the entity, and then like we don't know what the fuck he did with it. It's like, okay, does he destroy it? Does he keep it? What the fuck's he doing?
I think they should have shown him destroying it because that was the entire point of what he was doing, and leaving it like open like that is stupid.
Or throw it at the very bottom of the abyss. You know what's funny when
that's
they were
already what happened. Just take a hammer, just break it.
I thought it fucking we'd be seeing Cthulhu or some shit. The way the fucking submarine was sinking, I was like, dude, that's pitch black. This motherfucker gonna see Godzilla.
Mm.
It was a good movie though. I think it's gonna have the Barbenheimer effect, right? Where people are seeing where people were seeing Barbie, and then they're like, "Oh, look, there's another big blockbuster called Oppenheimer. Let's watch it." I think it's gonna,
going on.
yep. Especially since I'm pretty sure Lilo and Stitch is gonna be sold out.
I don't think it has that. No, that's
Hey,
not.
no, I'm telling you, Lilo and Stitch was sold out. I was trying to change my tickets from Friday because on Thursday, my wife gave me Kendrick concerts for my birthday
Yeah.
present in February. So we were trying to switch it from Friday to Saturday, and Saturday was booked all the way. Sunday was booked all the fucking way, and I was like, fuck it, whatever. Well, let's stick with Friday.
Actually, yeah, Lilo and Stitch did make more movie than Final Reckoning, but I don't think people are going and watching both at the same time.
No, I'm saying they'll watch it, and they'll watch it like the day after, or some people won't be like, fuck it, let's watch it after Lilo and Stitch. Because I was lucky because T-Mobile had that $5 ticket, and I was like, "Fuck it, let me watch this bitch in IMAX." Boom, $5. I went to Universal Studios, and I was like, "Cool. Let's watch it there." We watched it there, and it was a packed house. I was like, "Thank God we got the tickets when we did, because we probably wouldn't have made it." But it was a good movie. It was fun.
Yeah.
Not
I'd
overrated,
rather rewatch
boring,
Dead Reckoning than Final Reckoning.
bloated. That's how I feel about Endgame and Infinity War. Don't worry.
Now this was the end game to the original's Infinity War.
Do not insult it by calling it Endgame. Endgame was boring. 90% of that movie did not need to happen, and you know that.
Yeah, I agree. 90% of Final Reckoning did not need to happen.
You actually got that. My 90% of Endgame did not need to happen.
Listen,
Talking
Rich,
about
I love the
elongated
first hour
fucking fight scenes. Fucking
Just
the
cut
whole
off the
fight
hour
at the end with
first movie.
Thanos. Stop it.
Yeah, the elongated final scene in the cave within the planes that didn't need to happen either.
You got your goddamn mind. King, what do you rate this? King is dead.
Yeah.
No, I'm still here. I thought one of you guys was gonna go first. You've been going at it for like 20 minutes.
No. I want the neutral party to go first.
Okay.
Eric gives his shit opinion.
All right, guys, chill. I think I'm gonna give this one a B plus as well. It's not the best, not an impossible movie. Like I said before, I would actually put the first Dead Reckoning movie. I would put Fallout and Rogue Nation above this one too. I might even put Ghost Protocol above this one too. I'm not 100% sure about that. I do generally enjoy this more than the original ones, but the original ones also have their own charm, so it's hard to see how much you're affected by nostalgia. But this one is really good, in spite of the fact that we aren't like raving about it the way we would have about the last couple. It's still something that I think people should go check out, if only because it's Ethan Hunt's supposedly last outing. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a B plus as well.
You're out your fucking mind, Eric. Shut the fuck up. I saw your stupid ass right.
100% clear as well. I'm not saying it's as good as Thunderbolts or Thunderbolts is as good as this. I'm just giving them rankings relative to their peers.
Enjoyment, yeah. It's a solid 8 out of 10. It's a great movie, but there are better Mission Impossible movies.
Apparently the rest.
Yeah,
according to your ranking.
Yeah, all of them.
Fucking troll. I give it an A. I don't give a fuck. I thought it was fun. Thought there was action. The set pieces stressed me the fuck out. I had a good time. I didn't like my boy dying, but it kind of made sense for them to kill off Luthor since he was the genius who was able to come up with a kill switch, right? And Gabriel wouldn't want that kill switch around. So it made sense for me. I didn't like that he died, but he died. It was cool. Yeah, so an A for me. Eric gives it a 8 out of 10, and King gives it a B plus. I still can't believe Eric is rating Mission Impossible 2 and 3 above Final Reckoning.
To be fair, I don't remember 2 and 3. Maybe Final Reckoning's better than.
You're fucking
I
stupid.
definitely wouldn't put. I don't think I would put 2 above this one. I definitely wouldn't put 2 above this one.
Okay, fine. We'll put 2 at the bottom then.
For me, you're instead of the rest, just put 3 at that point.
Yeah,
I didn't like Rogue Nation a lot. I thought it was.
Yeah,
I would.
I don't think I did either, but I can't remember it.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed Rogue Nation. It was probably the first one I saw in theaters, actually, because I'd just seen the other ones on TV. But I thought it
Ghost
had
Protocol was
really
the first one I saw in
interesting set
theaters.
piece.
Ghost Protocol was funny until they
And
got rid of
then that
Jeremy
fucking-
Renner's character.
Well, he was.
Jeremy Renner's character was still there in the next movie and the one after.
Yeah, he was there in Rogue Nation. It wasn't until Fallout that he wasn't around anymore. It would have been cool to see him here too, but obviously Jeremy Renner had his accident and all that stuff, so I understand that. But no, like I thought Ghost Protocol was good. I thought Rogue Nation was good too. Like, you know, introducing what's her face, Ilsa. I thought the whole concept of the syndicate was like pretty good. And let's be real, that's like the most clever way of catching the villain in any of these movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say the Christopher McQuarrie anthology was the best, which is the last 4 movies essentially. Right. The Reckonings, Fallout, Rogue Nation, and then before that was Brad Bird's Ghost Protocol.
I
But-
think that's correct.
Then 3, 2, 1. There's just being a troll. Motherfucker didn't even remember movie 1 and shit, but he's saying, "Oh yeah, it's better than Rogue Nation."
One I remember a little bit. 2 and 3 I don't.
Same way you remember Spider-Man from Sam Raimi, bitch ass.
I feel like that one
remember
is
that
on
one.
TV a lot more though, so it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, so those are our 3 reviews. Is there anything else?
I do not believe
Fantastic
so.
Four in July.
We will
Superman in
see-
July.
We will see those movies when they come out, and I'm sure we'll probably talk about them in our Discord channel and then discuss if we're able to find time to podcast about them, which I'm sure we probably can figure out. It's the summer.
Or if Air actually has fucking times and it took him 2 fucking weeks to see the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Air, you were a little slow on that.
Yeah.
Well, all right, King. Before we go, what is your ranking order for the Mission Impossible franchise? We already got Air's. Air was Dead Reckoning Part 1, Ghost Protocol, Fallout, Mission Impossible 1, Rogue Nation, Final Reckoning, Mission Impossible 3, and Mission Impossible 2. What's yours?
That's a good question. I mean, like I have said, I definitely put the last few above Final Reckoning. I'm not 100% sure about Ghost Protocol. I probably would put this one above the first 3, though the first 3 have their own charms. I don't like number 2, though. So let's just say first impressions, Dead Reckoning, Fallout, Rogue Nation, Final Reckoning, Ghost Protocol, 3, 1, 2 from ascending from like top to bottom. So 2 is at the bottom.
I like the list. I agree.
Cool. Do you have the same list or?
Yeah, pretty much. I have Dead Reckoning, Fallout, Dead Reckoning, Fallout, Final Reckoning, Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, 3, 1, 2.
Cool.
Yep, yep,
Okay.
yep.
Well, then I guess that makes the end of this podcast here. Viewers and listeners, we want to thank you for the time you've spent. Obviously, it's been a while, but we enjoyed this, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Air, Spy, do you want to kick it off with a goodbye or anything?
Air has a shit list. Don't listen to him. Me and King are apparently on good terms since we agreed for most of this. So there's that.
Checks out to me. All right, listeners, thank you again. And until next time, we hope you all have a great day.
Bye.